Hello and welcome back to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel, where of course we're giving you all the latest news, views and opinions on all things Albion. We are back again today with another match preview for you. It's West Bromwich Albion versus Hull City, which kicks off at 8 o'clock on Friday night at the MKM Stadium. Another away trip. Of course, those haven't been too successful in recent weeks or indeed this season at all, but certainly hoping for better results when we take on Hull this Friday. Of course, a big game in terms of promotion, a big game in terms of playoffs, and yeah, it'll be a really exciting one, hopefully. We're going to get some opposition view from Hull City fan Kieran Webster. He sent in a video and talking about his thoughts ahead of the game. We've also got our Albion thoughts with myself, and of course thoughts on Saturday's win over Middlesbrough, which of course was a big one, and of course those predicted 11s and predicted score lines for the game on Friday. So looking forward to it. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below as well. Always great when you guys get involved. Make sure you subscribe and let's crack on. It's West Brom versus Hull City. You're watching the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. For match previews, match day vlogs, match reactions and more, make sure to subscribe to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. Let's begin with the opposition, Hull City, who are sat 16th in the EFL Championship, 42 points on the board, and they are 11 points clear of the relegation zone. So, yeah, not close enough really for the playoffs. But then again, they're only 6 points behind Albion at this moment in time. But you know, no wins in their last four games. They lost to Bristol City last time out, which is obviously not great if you're looking at it from a Hull City perspective. Obviously, no wins in their last four games. A couple of draws, a couple of losses in there. Yeah, I think they started off the season actually looking like perhaps dark horses for that promotion race, which I thought was quite interesting and quite a different narrative that maybe we haven't seen before with Hull City. And I think that they're still hopeful that they can kind of mount something together towards the end of the season. Obviously, they're managed by Liam Rosenior, formerly of Derby County. Good coaching pedigree, of course, as we well know from seeing him in his time at Pride Park. Took over in November of 2022. Shossa Arvelatse was their last manager, and that was the manager in charge when West Brom last took on Hull City. But yeah, they've played 17 games under him, 5 wins, 7 draws and 5 losses. He's won 29.41% of his games at the Tigers so far. Top scorer is Oscar Estepinian with 12 goals, 2 against West Brom last time out in our 5-2 win over them. Obviously, if you remember that was at the Hawthorns. I think Oscar Estepinian scored 2 late goals, but obviously that was under Steve Bruce, which was one of his only wins, I think, this season as Albion manager. Obviously leaving us bottom of the table before Carlos Corberán came and took over. Yeah, that's an interesting angle in itself. But yeah, Oscar Estepinian scored twice. He looked like a real good get, and I think still does at the beginning of the season. Top assist is Benjamin Tete with 3 assists and predicted 11. Here's what I think they might go for in terms of what they played in their last match and what they might go for on Friday night. Kyle Darlow in goal, back four of Cyrus Christie, Alfie Jones, McLaughlin, Jacob Greaves. Midfield pairing of Xavier Simons, Greg Doherty and Augustin Tufan just in front. A left midfield, Regan Slater. Right midfield, Malcolm Ebiowei on loan from Crystal Palace, of course, formerly of Derby County. And up front, of course, Oscar Estepinian, who's likely to provide a huge threat for Hull City heading into this one. But yeah, let's get the thoughts of a Hull City fan. Hull City YouTuber Kieran Webster has sent in his thoughts ahead of the game. Take it away, Kieran.
Hi, I'm Kieran Webster and I'm a Hull City fan. I'm part of the Kieran Webster Hull City YouTube channel. And I've been asked to give my thoughts going into the Hull versus West Brom game on Friday night. Let's get straight into it. So my thoughts on Hull City's season so far. Well, we started the season with a pretty good couple of results. Win against Bristol, a win against Norwich, a draw against Burnley, some good results under Shotta Arveladze, and then after that we just seemed to go downhill, and yeah, that resulted in us sacking Shotta Arveladze about halfway through the season, and yeah, now we've got the Messina in. You know, we've gone from the leakiest defence to one of the strongest ones, without changing personnel in that defence. So I think Rossini is coming. He's done a great job so far. I think mid-table is a pretty good position from what we've been dealing with the last few years. With 19th last season, and we're 16th at the minute, and we could get higher than that with the games left. But yeah, I'd take where we are now at the minute. He's got us defending good. We just need to put some of the chances away at the other end in, and I think we can do that in time when it comes with Oscar, Ozan Tufan. Obviously we've got Benjamin Tete as well. We've lost Aaron Conley through injury and Seri through injury, but when we get them back, hopefully we can start picking up points again. But yeah, for me, I think Avladze, when he was here, I didn't really like him that much. We didn't really seem to have a plan in place. But now we've got Rossini. Everyone seems to know what they're doing. I know it sounds like a silly thing to say, but everyone knows their jobs and what to do in that moment of time. So yeah, in terms of West Brom and their season so far, I think obviously they've had a bit of up and downs. Obviously changed their manager. We've got Carlos Cobran in, who was linked with the Hull City job before Liam Rossini took it. But yeah, they seem to be very up and down. They have got a very good squad. And I think the win for you guys against Middlesbrough, which was good to see, because Middlesbrough are probably one of the most informed teams in the league at the moment, so probably a good 3 points for you. And yeah, now to pick my Hull City and West Brom probably play to watch, from my opinion. I'll start with West Brom. I think Dean Garner's always one to look out for when I've watched West Brom players in the past. He's been a very skillful player. I don't know how he's getting on at the minute. So yeah, now in terms of Hull one to watch, I probably would have said Aaron Conley had he not got injured a couple of games ago. But at the minute, it's hard because we've been okay, but we've made mistakes as well. So okay. I think I'm out of my mind. I'm gonna go for Malcolm Ebioe, who's on loan from Crystal Palace. He's a winger. He can play on the left or the right, and he's, he has got skills. I think he just needs that bit of confidence after if he does one skill and it pays off, he has the confidence to do it again. And so yeah, finally my score prediction for the game on Friday night, and I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw, mainly because I don't see us winning, but I've just got that little bit of hope with West Brom's away form not being great. So yeah, I just want to say a big thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate it. And if you want any Hull City content, then please go and check out Kieran Webster on YouTube. But yeah, thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all later. Peace.
Thank you very much to Kieran for sending in that clip. Obviously, check out his YouTube channel in the description below. There'll be a link to that down there. So thanks so much, Kieran, for getting involved. Let's talk West Brom now. 11th in the EFL Championship. Got 48 points on the board, 6 points off the playoffs at the moment. Beat Middlesbrough last time out, though, which is a massive boost to Albion's playoff push. Brilliant performance, I thought. I think, they kept them at arm's length, I think, for the majority of the game Albion did. I think Corberan set the team up well. I think he chose the right lineup from the start, which I think wasn't the case against Watford. Obviously, that was a really poor performance. But you look at the Middlesbrough game, got things right from the off. Didn't have to change things midway through the game, which I think helped a lot. In terms of star performance from that one, I thought Dike was absolutely brilliant. In terms of his goals, was one thing. Obviously, the second bit of luck in that with the goalkeeper, I thought could have done better. But secondly, I think his general play, his build-up, his holding up play was excellent. Eric Peters at the back was really good. Kept, limited, I think, him and Yokushlu and O'Shea limited Akpom and Cameron Archer to nothing really in front of goal. Josh Griffiths, 2 great saves in there, especially the one towards the end in added time from Isaiah Jones. I thought that was a huge save from him. But yeah, as I said, I think Corberán got things exactly right. I think Peters maybe could be injured for this one, which will be a massive blow, because I think he'd really excelled himself in weeks, especially with his passing out from the back. You can tell he's kind of naturally a fullback, naturally used to passing down the line, naturally used to breaking opposition structure with his passing, and I think that's something that perhaps we'll miss if he's not there. I think Ajayi would probably come in for him. I like Ajayi, but he's looked a little bit shaky. Didn't look too bad to be honest when he came on for Peters after he was taken off. But I thought that he perhaps can be a little bit shaky. Top scorer Daryl Dike, obviously now after his 2 goals against Middlesbrough, 5 goals so far this season in the league. Obviously Brandon Thomas Asante tops him in all competitions, but this is the Championship we're talking about. Top assist Jed Wallace with 7 so far. He looked really good. John Swift as well, thought was brilliant. I thought he really helped unlock the Middlesbrough defence, especially in those kind of transitions, getting forward and causing problems. So yeah, that Borough game was really something special. And I think this Hull one could provide a bit of a different test. They're likely to be a little less open. They know what we're capable of. Maybe they'll try and hit on the break, which I think is where we can kind of hit them back on the break. But yeah, I think we're likely to dominate a bit more of the ball. Obviously, we only had 30% of the ball against Middlesbrough, which is quite interesting. But other than that, I think Albion have got a little bit more to it to do in this one in terms of making sure they can break down an opposition. I think they sometimes can struggle with that, and I think that may be where Albion come a little bit unstuck and possibly could drop points here. And obviously away from home been pretty poor, which is difficult for Albion to kind of contend with in terms of picking themselves up from these results and getting themselves back on the bike. But here's what I think we'll go for in terms of a predicted 11. Josh Griffiths in goal. Back 4, I think we'll go unchanged. Basically, I might as well spurt that out. Darnell Furlong, Dara O'Shea, Eric Peters, and Connor Townsend as the back 4. 2 midfielders, Akaya Kuzlu and Jason Malumbi, with John Swift just in front. Wingers, Jed Wallace and Grady Diangana, with of course 2-goal hero Daryl Dike up front. So nice to see him back amongst the scoring. So that's what I think Albion will go for. That's what I think Corberán will go for. Fingers crossed he does go for something similar, and he can try and mix things up with that. So yeah, predicted 11. Those are those for both sides that you've seen earlier in the video. Predicted a scoreline. I think I will go for a 1-0 Albion win away from home. Set piece goal would be just as lovely as any other, to be honest. Today we just need the win and just need the 3 points to get ourselves back in that playoff mix. Obviously 6 points is, you can bridge that gap before all the other teams play on Saturday and Sunday. So be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. Comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next match preview. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.